Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to yield the gentleman from Maryland, Chris Van Hollen, the author of the legislation, for 3 minutes.
The gentleman is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to start by thanking Chairman Brady and Ms. Lofgren and the other members of the committee, as well as Chairman Conyers and Mr. Nadler and those on the Judiciary Committee, and to Mike Castle and all the other co-sponsors of this legislation, which addresses the very serious threats to our democracy created by the Supreme Court's decision in Citizens United, which from precedent said that major corporations, including foreign-controlled corporations operating in the United States, will be treated like American citizens for the purposes of being able to spend unlimited millions amount of money in our elections. This bill addresses this issue in 3 ways. First, we say, if you're a foreign-controlled corporation, if you're British Petroleum, if you're a Chinese wealth fund that controls a corporation here in the United States, if you're Citgo, controlled by Hugo Chavez, you have no business spending money in U.S. elections, overtly or secretly. And if we don't do something about that now, they'll be able to do either of those things. Number 2, we say if you're a federal contractor, if you're getting over $10 million from the American taxpayer, or you're AIG, you shouldn't be recycling those monies into elections to try and influence the body that gave you the contracts, because there's a greater danger of corruption in the expenditure of those monies. And third, we require disclosure. We believe the voter has a right to know. You would think from the comments from the other side of the aisle we're restricting what people can say. That's just not true. You can say anything you want in any ad you want. What you can't do is hide behind the darkness, not tell people who you are. Voters have a right to know when they see an ad going on with a nice-sounding name, the Fund for a Better America. They have a right to know who's paying for it. They have a right to know if BP's paying for it. They have a right to know if any corporation or big bucks individual is paying for it, because it's a way to give them information to assess the credibility of the ad. You vote no on this, you're saying, go ahead and spend millions of dollars, corporations or individuals, and say whatever you want, which is fine, but we're not going to let the voters know who you are. That's what a lot of these interests want. And the reason the League of Women Voters, those no big special interest group there, League of Women Voters, Common Cause, Public Citizen, Democracy 21, all the organizations that have devoted themselves to clean and fair elections support this legislation, because they understand that the American voter has a right to know who is spending all these monies on these ads, and they don't want foreign-controlled corporations dumping millions of dollars into U.S. elections. So, my colleagues, I hope that we will move forward on this to make sure that the voice of citizens is not drowned out by secret spending by the biggest corporations, including foreign-controlled corporations. Thank you.
Time's expired. Who seeks recognition? Gentleman from Michigan.
Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to recognize the chairman of the Constitution Subcommittee, Jerry Nadler of New York, for